All right, today guys, we're going to be talking about how to learn cybersecurity in 2025. First of all, what I really want you to go do, first of all, off, is try to get your Security Plus as soon as you possibly can. That's going to be like the bare bones requirement. Once you can get your Security Plus, I want you to grind TryHackme like all day, all night, until you can get that first pen test level 1 certification. But pretty much you're going to do all the TryHackme rooms until you get to the end of the pen testing path. So you're basically going to do all the CompTIA basics, the Cybersecurity 101, then you're going to do the pen testing path all the way to the bottom. You're going to get that first certification in that pen testing path, the PT1. Then next, basically you're going to hop on to HackTheBox, and then you're going to go get the CPTS certification. Once you get CPTS, you can move up to the OSCP certification. Once you get CPTS from HackTheBox and you have the OSCP on your resume, you're basically gold. But if you want to, you could also go the route of starting to go to WGU, where you can go get a bachelor's and master's in cybersecurity. I know I did mine in like 7 months for the bachelor's, and then I did the master's in like 3 months. So if you can do that, like basically you'll have a bachelor's and master's degree within the first year when you account for the time it takes to like apply and start your program and everything. So basically at this point, let me do a little recap on what we've covered. So the first thing was Security Plus. That should get you in the door just to get like a help desk job. I don't really fuck with A+ or Net Plus. I think that's kind of a waste of your time, to be honest. If you go to WGU, you'll get Sec Plus as part of the program, but frankly, I'm just going to recommend just buying Sec Plus outright and just going to apply for some big company. If you want to go work for like the government, that's the best like starting career path. But honestly, so let's recap. So we got Security Plus first, then you go to TryHackme, you get all the TryHackme stuff, you get your PT1 certification. I think that's what it is. Whatever that first pen testing certification is from TryHackme. And then you go to HackTheBox. Once you've done the whole TryHackme pen testing path, you're on HackTheBox, and you get the CPTS pathway. And I'm not talking about the main HackTheBox, I'm talking about HackTheBox Academy. Once you do HackTheBox Academy, you should be able to, so you got to do all of the courses for the CPTS course material. And once you do the CPTS, I only recommend going back to OffSec to get the OSCP, because when you go back to OffSec to get that OSCP, you can basically go apply to jobs and it looks a lot better on your resume. And honestly, if you just had Security Plus and OSCP, bro, you're basically good enough to get a pen testing job at that point. Like you can go make like maybe $50,000 in the US, maybe 60 grand. I'm talking like if you're like 18 and starting from nothing, this is totally doable. You go get your OSCP after your Security Plus and everything like that, and then you're basically gold. At this point, you'd have 4 certifications. So once you have those 4 certifications, the next thing you're going to do is I recommend starting WGU. Basically, you should know a lot of the material at this point. Once you've done a lot of like TryHackme stuff, and basically at this point, you're going to have like 200 rooms done in TryHackme and like the whole CPTS pathway. I say go to WGU after doing all these other things, because I think you could get a job without WGU, but if you really want to progress in your career, you're going to need some kind of degree. So let's talk like once you get that bachelor's and master's at WGU, you can move on and get your CISSP right after you finish the bachelor's and master's. And I'll have all this documented in like an Excel document below. Attach this video. I'm going to link it to you guys on Google Drive. Don't worry, I got you guys the link. I got this. But yeah, so start with Security Plus. That's step 1. Step 2, you're going to go to TryHackme, you finish all that, then you get the second certification, which is the PT1, that first pen testing certification, then HackTheBox for the CPTS certification, and then after CPTS, you're going to go back and get the OSCP. That'll be step 4. Then step 5, you start the bachelor's at WGU. During this time, when you're getting your bachelor's, you can be working and be doing WGU part-time, but you basically just need that OSCP to get your foot in the door. And once you get your OSCP, you're definitely like pretty much guaranteed to get a job. Like trust me, you can get some kind of remote job or anything, even if it's like pays like shit. Like you'll basically have learned enough to get wherever you need to be. So Once you get that bachelor's and master's in WGU, that was like step 5 and 6, I think. I gotta like I'll document this in the description. Then after that, I think it's like step 7 at this point. I'm gonna kind of get lost, but step 7, where you need to go get your CISSP, and you're not gonna actually have the fucking 4 years of experience. That's not like what you need relevant. So you only get CISSP because it's like the post-master's program. You don't even really need it. Once you have CASP and CISM, you already hit all the requirements that you need for these certifications. You ain't really got to get those CISSP, but it's nice icing on the cake, you know? It'll get you the rest of the way there for jobs and whatever. So let's recap again. So you got your OSCP, your CPTS, you got your bachelor's, master's, and WGU. Next step, after your CISSP, you're basically going to go ahead and just proceed on that Hack the Box track. And you could be doing this while you're at WGU, but like I'd really just like spend the time speedrunning WGU first. Yeah, so the next thing is after you've already got your master's and your CISSP, you already have OSCP and your CPTS. I recommend using Hack the Box just for the sake of learning. Like I think it's great and the certifications are great, but they don't really hold a lot of weight, to be 100% honest. So you can go get just do all the certifications on Hack the Box. I'm gonna be honest. HackTheBox Academy. When I say Hack the Box, I mean HackTheBox Academy. So basically, you're gonna go do. You work up until you get to the point of CWEE, but you want to do you also want to do CDSA and you want to do CBBH. That's certified. It's the blue team one and then the bug bounty one. Do those first and then go do the CWEE. Because basically when you get CWEE, you're freaking set, man. You're basically set to get whatever job you want. But after CWEE, I want you to proceed. I want you to go back to OffSec. And at this point, you should be like, we're talking like 2 years down the line. I'm just talking like the strategic vision of a pen testing career of what you want to do. Once you get CWEE, you're basically going to go to take your next step and you're going to go back to OffSec and you're going to go get your OSCE3. So to get that, you need OSCP, you need OSWE, and you need OSED. So once you have OSCE3, you're going to have all these fucking CompTIA certs. You're going to have your master's in cybersecurity. You're basically like a cybersecurity god at this point. After your OSEE, you're going to go OSCE3, I meant to say. Well, after you finish that, you're going to go get your OSEE. And this OSEE basically will set you for life, bro. You can go like hack for the fucking NSA or some fucking crazy government shit. You want to be some cyber warfare operator, or you could just literally be doing bug bounty full time at this point. Once you have OSEE, you're basically set for your whole cybersecurity career. I'm just saying, like I didn't even talk about any SANS related things, but like if you can pick up GPen along the way or maybe GXPN, you can fuck with that stuff, but like I really don't even recommend it. It's just expensive and it's kind of just out of the way. If you just go the WGU track and do all the standard things, that's really all you got to do. I've dumped a lot of knowledge in this video, so I'm going to recap this in like some Google Sheets doc that I'm going to link in the description. But I hope this helps somebody. This is kind of my strategic vision for what I'm trying to do for my cybersecurity career. And right now I already have the master's of cybersecurity, but I'm not like all the way through the TryHackme portion. I'm just trying to work to get like the rest of the TryHackme stuff done. I've kind of been stagnating for like the past couple months. But yeah, this should hopefully be useful. I'm going to document this stuff and I'm going to try and get some resources out to you guys. But if you guys like the video, please subscribe. This is kind of a new channel, so if you guys like this, let me know in the description. But yeah, peace out. Subscribe.